What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Ark Survival Ascended. Alright, so last time we ended up getting all three of the artifacts that you see around me. We got all of them set up and ready back here at the base and ready to pretty much take on Medusa whenever we want to. That's what I'm going to call her, Medusa. But off screen, I ended up putting this up. So now we officially have an industrial grinder back in the base. So what that means is we're going to pick up these bubbles first. But there's two of them there. What that means is we are going to actually start grinding up some of the saddles that I've been telling you guys to make sure you grab, just because that's an abundance of extra resources. And then after we get this done, we are going to be going to a spot that is very, very rich in resources. We're going to be dumping off a bunch of saddles that aren't great. I only generally keep 2 to 3 of each type of saddle if I don't see any good ones. And I'll generally get rid of creatures of saddles that I don't ever really use. Like these platform saddles, I most likely won't use these. Grind them up for a bunch of resources. That Karchar saddle's great. I'll get rid of all these Carno saddles because we have that really good one. We did get a new bow, actually. We have a 195 in our inventory, so we'll drop that 160. We'll drop all these Daedon saddles because they're useless. We'll drop 2 of these. That's generally what I'll do is I'll go through and obliterate a lot of my saddles that I'll never use. Like I'll keep these 2 because these are the 2 highest Deinosuchuses I have other than the one that's on mine now. I'll go through and I'll just wipe out saddles that I'll never use because they just give you resources and they're definitely worth it. Grab a couple of these Dodics. Alright, we're heavy, so let's run these upstairs. But yeah, these are a really good way to get resources. Depending on what server you're on and what your settings are, you could increase the amount of resources you get back from grinding the saddles up. So if you're on a server that has a lesser return, you might only get 25% of the resources back. But if you have a higher return, you can get up to 75% or 100% of resources needed to craft the full saddle. So as you saw right there, we just grinded up all those. We got 2,000 metal, 3,300 silica pearls, a bunch of hide that we could use, some cementing paste, some more chitin, which we could turn into more cementing paste, and a bunch of fiber. If we had dedicated storages set up, we could transfer them all to that, but we don't. So what we're going to do is click this, take the industrial grinder, use the Omni tool to move it, run down here, and transfer it all into our vault storage. So now we have everything in here that we just grinded up. But we're not done. We have a bunch more we can go through. I'm probably not going to use aloes, so I'm going to take all 3 of those. The Anomalocaris, I'll probably only use 1 saddle. If I tame one, I probably won't use them for anything other than that. We'll just take that one. Take this assault rifle. We're not going to use that. Some of these B+ primitive gear, you really don't need either. Bassie, I'm probably not going to use. A lot of you are probably freaking because these are all pretty good saddles that you guys would be using, but I don't use a lot of these creatures. Like Dodics, I'm not going to use all these saddles. I'm not going to use that many Dodics. These dwarven chest pieces, I don't know where they came from. This prod is going to be really good. Those grind up for really nice things. All these pistols are kind of terrible. That one's good. This is terrible. Solasuchus we're going to keep because I like Solasuchuses. These flak things I'm going to transform into full-on flat gear except for the primitive ones, so we're going to get rid of all those. Apprentice Flamethrower, we could use that, but that's a club arc reward, so I can't even grind it anyway. But we could use that to tame at Edmontonia, but we already did, so there's no need for that now. These fur gear, we're going to keep right now because I got to figure out what we're going to use them for, except for the primitive ones. We'll get rid of that. I got a bunch of industrial grills. We're just going to grind those up. There's no point in keeping all those extra ones. There's a Giga Heart, Giga Notoraptor. We're going to probably keep them for now because I don't know, but I'm never going to use an Iguanodon or a Capro or a Lance. Leeches we're going to use. I do have this decent long neck, so I may keep that and drop the rest of these. Lymantia we're more than likely not going to use. Mammoth we're not going to use. Megalanias we're not going to touch. This medium elevator we're not going to use. Megalosaurs, we have a lot of them. Alright, we're encumbered now, so let's run back upstairs. But you could generally just like transfer these one by one if you wanted to, as in like doing the same way I'm doing it with the walks, or you could just like pull all the saddles to your inventory or transfer the whole thing over and grind it up if you have it that way too. So it's however you see fit. Saddle transfer. Let me type in prim, see if everything here is primitive that I want to get rid of. Yes, it is. Transfer all that. Transfer this crossbow, transfer this prod, these pistols, industrial grinder, and that. Yep, that's everything I need to get rid of and grind. And as you see, we got all the skins back of these dwarven things, but we don't need it. Oh, grind again. Oh, can I not grind these? Nope, these are club arc rewards. Okay, so these 3 can't be gotten rid of, so that's fine. These skins we're just going to toss on the floor because they'll take up space in our inventory for some reason. But we got quite a bit of electronics, some organic polymer, which is really good. I apparently transferred my backpack. Whoops. And we got some, again, pretty good resources here. There's a lot we could use out of this. So again, left click, or in my case, left trigger, the industrial grinder, transfer it all to here. And now we have more resources in there. Go back into this again, and then pull back out what we can't use. So I'm going to put all the aloe saddles and the Bassy saddle back in here, because now I know I can't grind those up. Prim desert cloth gloves are going. Let's go back through with this. The desert cloth pants are prim. They're going. Where were we? Hollow scope. I really don't need that. I'll take that keratin just because I'm going to use those. Megalosauruses. We're probably not going to tame a megalo on this series. We're probably not going to tame Megatherium, so I'm going to grind these two up. Behemoth gateways we're not going to use anything on. These we're not going to use at all, because at the point we have this Ascendant multi-tool. The Mastercraft shield. The minigun turret we're not going to use. These Minotaurs... Minotaur. Wow, I was having a hard time saying that. Those saddles we're not going to use. I have yet to see a Moza. I don't think they exist, so we're probably going to grind these two up because those will give us a lot. Paracers we're not going to use either. Pelagornis we're not going to touch. Croptodon we're not going to touch. These two shotguns are going to go. Like, there's a bunch in here that we could grind up. Like, all this Prim Riot gear, we're probably not going to use much of this. These Riot shields we're going to use because those grind up for a lot of resources. Or not going to use, those grind up for a lot of resources. But there's a ton in here that we could easily grind up and get a ton back in terms of, like, value. And that's what we're going to do for a little bit here. You're just going to see me run back and forth and grinding this stuff up. But the reason I'm emphasizing on doing this is because of the fact that it gets you a lot in terms of resources. Let me grind all those up. Okay, so this must be a Club Arc reward. Okay. Holoscope, this. I'm going to transfer the keratin just so it transfers later. For Croptodon, Riot shields, and that's everything. Grind that up. The reason I grind up the Riot shields a lot is because they give a lot of organic polymer usually. And silica pearls. So right here, all of this can easily be transferred right to the storages, which is going to just wholly help us out. And I just yeeted it. Where did that go? Pick that up. I pressed the wrong button. But there, yeah, like, look. Let me just go show you a little bit of what we have in our storage now. We're still going to, like I said, go out and do resourcing in a little bit. Transfer all that. Let's take a look at all the metal. Like, look at all the cementing paste we have now from just grinding those up. The crystal, the hide. Look at all the hide we got. The metal, the obsidian, the pearls. Granted, I can go get a lot of pearls anywhere. But look at all that we got from it. And now all this extra organic polymer. Like, it's insane how much stuff you can get from grinding up gear that you're never going to use. And that's why I've always said getting the grinder is one of the easiest and best things you could do for your tribe. Quets we're not going to use. I'm probably not going to use raptor saddles, ever. I don't think. Refining forge will take. The wreck saddles we're going to use, so I'm not going to get rid of those. The riot gear, I may hold on to the riot gear for now, just because I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything. The rock golem I'm probably not going to use. The rocket launcher I'm not going to use. The saber-tooth I'm not using. Sarcos I'm not using. Seahorses, I've decided I'm not going to tame one of them. They're not worth it for me. That I'm not going to use. Take that out. Why do I have silica pearls in here? Stego we're not going to grab. Tapahara we're going to use at some point, so we're just going to get rid of these three. Terror birds, I don't think anybody uses a terror bird, to be honest with you. Thorny dragons, we'll keep one because I do want to get one, but all these Thyla saddles are absolutely useless to me. Stone quarter wall can go back in there. All these extra Thyla saddles, because I decided we're not going to actually do Thylas. We're heavy again, but there's a Tuso saddle, a woolly rhino, those two turbines. Like, we got so much stuff down here. But once we're done with this, we're going to be going to a resource rich for metal, crystal, obsidian, and oil. And we're going to be getting all of that and making a link storage to show that off to you guys a little bit as well. Let's transfer all the saddles, grind that up, see if any of them I couldn't get rid of. This is a Club Arc reward that came with a torch on it, apparently, so I can't grind that up. So let's transfer all these. Grind that, and that saddle can't go, so grind all those. What did we end up getting? 300 more polymer and a bunch of electronics. So that's, again, a really great... You get a ton of resources from this. It's easily one of the best things to be doing, especially for a bigger tribe. Like, let's see how many electronics we have now. We have 655. We can make a lot. We have 128 black pearls now. I don't think there's anything else we really can truly want to get rid of. Other than these two wind turbines, I'm getting rid of those. Woolly Rhino, I'm not going to use. A Sphyctonus, we are going to go for. A Trike, we're going to get rid of. The Stylo, we're going to get rid of. I don't think I'm going to get a Tuso. I've never cared for a Tuso, at least not on this series. I'm not going to get a Tuso because, again, this is just a single map series. I think that's probably all we're going to get rid of at this point. We'll get rid of more as we progress when we get more stuff in, but this Fabricator I don't need because I already have one. I mean, yeah, let's go grind all this up and let's actually head on out and start our thing we're going to be doing. So what we got to do here is I'm going to set that up in 1 second. So this has got to go, 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 and then these three. And grind all them up. We got decent out of it. Not amazing, not terrible. But again, it's all resources we could use. So I see no way to complain about that. All right, let's store that in there. All right, come over to our Fabby. Take our linked storage box out of here. So let's make another one if we can. Do we have enough for it? Black Pearl 60, can we make one of those? Oh, it is because I got to do this. Hang on 1 second. Santi told me about this little bug that happens. There we go. Now it should work. Alright, that'll work, I guess. Yes, we can make one. Perfect. So now we're going to have 2 linked storage boxes, just like we wanted. And so we're going to take this one. Disable the snapping, because I don't see a point in having the snapping on right now. I'm going to put this one right here for now, probably. And it takes about 5 minutes to power up. You can only access the local inventory, but once it's fully activated, you can activate the external inventory, which will allow you to be able to pull from anywhere on the map, which is really cool. But now we need to get a foundation ready. Oops, not here. We should have a foundation in here, I think. We just need 1 foundation, probably. Then we need to go back up here. Grab our Edmontonia. Grab Uncle Ed out of here. We do have our ones breeding downstairs. Waiting for that. But I want to kind of try to get this done before we go out so I can link it. So what we're going to do first is we're actually going to run downstairs and go check on the eggs and see if we have anything. And we'll also check on our tribe tower while we're waiting. Let's actually hit the tribe tower up first. See what we got. And we'll grab the algae off of the Archelon too. Let's see, we've got 7 hours and no buffs yet. So again, like I said, this kind of sucks in terms of single player because the buffs don't show until after like 24 hours. So I'm probably just going to have to leave the game on or just play a lot. And like we played, this is how long I've been playing and recording for you guys collectively, is about 8 hours. And it hasn't done anything with it yet. So that's kind of but it is what it is. Again, on a server itself where it's fully on all the time, it makes it a lot easier to get that. Yeah, so we have these guys fully at their best breeding pair. So that's kind of really nice. I was excited about that. They're a little low on the weight at 35 pounds, but we'll deal with it. It is what it is. Let's see. Crack these 2 eggs open. We needed 2. Nope, we didn't get anything we want. All right, so this would be a good one, but we don't want it because we want one with mutation. And this one, we're still looking for a 247 female to start our breeding circle for the bosses. So we have to wait on that one. We just need a female of a 247 male, and then we're good. Female of the perfect male variation, and then we're good there. So let's actually head down here and go check on our Archelon really fast. Hop the fence. I can't remember. I think it was Santi who told me to leave him slightly in the water. I think I put him too far forward in the water. But either way, let's grab, yep, algae's fully grown. Take that off of you. Let him start algaeing, her start algaeing up again. We're going to run all the way around because I don't feel like fighting with the Deinosuchus is in the way. I haven't started working on the Gigas or nothing, but our bio grinder is going to go right here when I'm ready for it, which should be pretty soon here. We're actually going to start working on that probably within the next episode or 2. Tomorrow? Well, actually, not for tomorrow. Tomorrow for you guys is going to be the video of us taking on the cave. Tomorrow for me is going to be when the Power Rangers drop. So I'll probably be covering that in a video that'll come out the same day. But you guys won't know anything otherwise than it was just the Power Rangers day. Let's actually take one of these really quickly. I think we're probably good to go. Let's check really fast. Minute, almost 2 minutes. Okay. So let's store this away. Do I need all of these creatures on me? I mean, I probably don't, but there's no point in not carrying them with me, because this guy, if I find a cave, I can go caving with. This is my flyer. You're here to collect the metal for me. Which I'm surprised I haven't found an Edmontonia saddle anywhere. We also have... Actually, while I'm waiting, why am I just standing around doing nothing? Why don't I do this? Let's take all this flak armor in here and replace what the bad ones we have on our inventory. And I don't mean bad as in like they're weak, as bad as in like what can we replace. Like these are better leggings than what we have. This is a better headpiece than what we have. These aren't better boots. These are better gloves than what we have. So let's go B plus these and replace the ones we're wearing with those while we're waiting. We might as well. Convert. 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 Remove cosmetic. Put that here. Put these on. Did we get a chest piece? We did not. Remove cosmetic. Put that here. Put that there. Remove cosmetic. Put that there. Put that there. So we ended up replacing those. Now I just got to go to my cosmetics tab. Astraeos skins. And we want to put on the pants, the helmet, and the gloves. So now we have slightly higher armor. We're sitting at about 1100 armor now, which is actually quite a bit better than what we had on before. So that's kind of a benefit. Alright, so this will be active in 16 seconds roughly. So we're going to wait here for this. And then we're going to head on out. So how the link... See? Oh, it requires axe, requires power. It's a good thing I looked at that. It's a really good thing I looked at that before I left. A lot of you guys were probably saying, don't forget power, don't forget power. So me grinding up those wind turbines was probably a bad idea now, actually. I probably should have looked into that. Do I have any generators in here or anything? I do not, but it requires power, which is fair. So what we're going to do then really quickly, we're going to go like this, make a generator, just make a weak power generator. We don't need anything special. So we're going to take that. We're going to go here. Is there anything in here? No. Okay. Where do we have any gasoline made anywhere? Let's double check gasoline. The vault. Perfect. We'll take that 62 pieces of gasoline and see if we could send this to storage. I got a bunch there. But now this should be fully activated. See, access linked inventory would be the Y button, which we could put a total of 50 different things in here. See, items stored in this can be accessed from any linked storage box of the same tribe, which technically I have my own tribe. Tribe of Water Buffalo Man. I didn't give us a tribe name. So now I should be able to put another one down anywhere on the map and pull it to this one. So what I probably could do, actually, is if I wanted to be a bum, which I'm going to do, actually, because I feel like it'd probably be a good idea. Do we have any walls? We have a ceiling. We're going to take one more foundation. We're going to take 2 ceilings. And we're going to take a door. So we're going to make a small little hut. And we're just going to put everything in there to build the base. But I'm going to need to just farm a couple things while we're over here to build the rest of it, like the walls. But we're going to be able to physically just move... Whoop, I got stuck. To physically move everything from there to here by just loading everything into this linked storage. And we're just going to keep the linked storage up here. We're going to keep it down and off to the side so it's out of the way. And then we can just grab it, load the linked storage up, come back here when we're done, pull it all back out. That's how the linked storage is supposed to work. I've never used one yet, so we're going to test it and see. I'm hoping it works that way. If not, I'm going to have to do the KO myself, respawn back at base thing, dump my inventory, then do it that way for now until I can figure out why it's not working, if that's the case. But that is more than likely the play for this one. And with us being legitimately 7 days away from the launch of the Astraeos Premium, that's kind of really nice. I'm kind of very, very excited about that. I'm getting more and more excited to count down as we get closer to the initial launch of the game, or of the map, should I say. Because the free version's great. Not knocking the free version. I'm just more excited to see that new region completely unlocked to us and working on maybe getting some dreads and getting some element and fully expanding that base there. By expanding, I mean like putting in everything I want, like all my element loaded stuff, and I kind of really want to try to fight the Overworld King Titan. And I'm excited to see if he adds more bosses. So what we'll probably do is once we end up completely beating this map, which I don't think will be for a little while. I think we're pretty far from doing that. Yeah, right here is the resource mountain. There's metal, there's stone, there's wood, there's oil, there's obsidian right there, little obsidian rocks. If you look down in here, there's a little cave entrance somewhere. I saw it earlier. That's loaded with crystal. That's the only way to get up here is through that cave entrance right here. go inside here, loaded with crystal, all the way up through. And boop, you're right up here at the top. But yeah, this place is absolutely loaded with resources. There's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't use this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to land probably here. Going to build our little hut right here to have our base on. And just because I'm OCD when it comes to certain things like this, we're going to try to snap this as close to the corner as we can. Lower it all the way down. That's going to bug me a little bit, but it is what it is. So let's place our linked box storage down. It's unpowered, so it's not doing anything, which is fair. We're going to do the B+ generator because I just prefer that one. Going to put the fuel in it. And we're going to turn this bad boy on. And what's the radius on this one? Perfect. Going to let that start powering up to be able to link. And once that's ready, we should be good to go. But I'm going to try to build a little wall around it here in a second. Actually, I probably don't need to with it being down here. Down here should be fine. We should just be able to come down here and access it every time we want to. The only thing I don't know how to do with this is how to get up top from down here. I don't know if there's like a pathway you got to walk around or if you could just get up there naturally. I think you actually need a grapple or something to get up here because I don't think there's a way to just climb up this. Yeah, I don't think there is. I think you actually need a flyer. So you would need to get all this, run it down, put your guy away, fly back up, put it down, like, you know what I mean? Rinse and repeat, which isn't terrible. Like, honestly, it's not. There's a Kentro down there. But this is a pretty decent little area to build bases on. Or not to build bases on, to farm resources on. Since you got weight, we're 24 levels, we're just going to stack that into your weight, honestly. Because at this point, we have the other one. So let's just farm all the metal and the stone we can and the obsidian we can. Let's see what we end up with resources after this. I probably might be able to get more if I just used my character's pickaxe, but I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, if anything, we'll run him down, ball him, bring him back up. Because the most we can have, like I said, is 50 total. Like 50 total stacks. So, inside that thing at once. Which is insane. That we can carry 50 stacks back. So I'm just hoping it works. Why can't I hit this? Is this thing bugged? Hang on a second. Is this thing like bugged out or something? I think this metal is bugged because I'm not able to hit this one. That one's kind of bugged out, so that's weird. I have to let Nakatis know about that one. That one's bugged out. You can't hit this one. Let's grab this obsidian while we're here. Don't forget this piece back here. But right now we're looking, what are we looking at? Looking at a good amount of shit. Pardon the language. But we're really looking good. We're going to drop all the stone right now because we really don't need that just this second. I want to make sure we load everything else up first, then we'll grab more stone. Because this is going to be a fantastic spot to come running. Yep, we got oil. We don't get as much oil from this guy, I've noticed. When you farm it, you get more of stone, which is fair. Because that's what this guy does, is turns stone into spark powder. But looking at all this metal we're getting, I got to keep an eye on my weight. We're complete. Like, this is probably going to be the best resource spot for anybody. On a server with a bunch of people, this is probably where everybody goes. Honestly, so there's more than likely a bunch of tribes fighting for this area almost all the time. And we're not even halfway done with this. Or we're just over halfway done. How am I looking for weight? Okay. So we're going to grab these 2 things of oil. We're going to run him down. And then we're going to probably run him back up. We'll pick him back up. Is there anything I could drop on me that I don't necessarily need that's heavy? Oh, I could drop this spark powder and flint, honestly. That'll just increase our speed just a little bit. But this is insane. If this spot is this lucrative, there's no reason for you not to come here. And if you're running with a tribe, you can have someone riding on these turrets to protect you if you're going to get attacked by any little creatures. Yeah, this metal spot is bugged. I don't know if this one down here is. But yeah, like if you look, there's more as the mountain goes down. Like you could spend easily an hour here just farming all this metal, especially in a single player or a private server with you and your friends. Just come in here and your tribe mates and just obliterate this whole mountain in terms of resources, having you all break off in different directions. You could easily smoke through this. An Anki or something would probably be a little better in terms of getting resources. But this Edmontonia does, to me, it does just fantastic. Alright, what do you got? What do you got? You're open yet? Powering up in 43 seconds. It took us 5 minutes and we farmed all that. That's nuts. 5 minutes and we farmed all of this. So what I'm probably going to have to do is, because I don't think I can link transfer it, like using this. Because I think this will only transfer to the local storage. I'm going to have to wait till this is done. I'm going to have to stand in a spot like this where I could pull... I'm actually just going to drop these on the floor because I don't need that. Pull all of this to me. Turn like this. And then once this opens up, activate the extended inventory, store it all in, pull the rest, pick him up, fly back up top, or hook shot back up top, probably be faster, and then just rinse and repeat. So let's see here. Access linked inventory, perfect. So let's just store everything in here. Store all that in there. And that's only 11 of the spots we have, so let's pull the rest. Access linked inventory, boom, boom. And we're sitting at almost 6,000 metal in there, 3,000 plus obsidian, and like 2,000 stone. So let's actually grapple our way back up to the top. Make this faster. Instead of me pulling the old Rhino out and having to put him back away instantly. Yeah, I don't know. Can you farm this? Whoop, whoop. That's not what I meant to do. Well, hello. Okay. I'm just bad at this game, dude. I don't know why you guys watch if I'm this bad at this game. Damn. I can't even climb up a mountain. No, I don't know if you can hit this one with a pickaxe. We'll find out here in a second. You can. Okay. So this one you can, in fact, hit with a Dino. Which kind of is good. I don't know why we... Yeah, see, that's not even registering as anything there. Which... Oh, no, it is. Can I hit it from this spot now? No, see, I still can't hit it. Okay. So that's fine. That's fair. We can't hit that spot. But all right, let's run this way and get our Uncle Ed out here in a second. And completely obliterating the rest of these. Let's store more in you. I mean, I probably could store a lot of this in... No, he actually gets less weight on the metal than I do. I was going to say, I probably could store some of this stuff in my inventory to make it a little lighter. But I can't, actually. After we clear this out, we're going to go down for the crystal. Clear this tree out, might as well, we're right here. We're going to dump what was in that tree anyway, but still. Is that taken care of? Did I take this out? I did, yep, okay. Let's clear out all this stone. Again, might as well, just because it's here. And then we'll slowly work our way, I think, down the mountain. Probably off to one side, because you can come back up it with this. There's a pathway over here. You can come back up to that spot there. You can't come up any higher than that, but you can come up to that spot there. Yeah, that annoys me that metal's right there and I can't even touch it. How did my trank arrows get transferred? We're going to drop these because we don't want them. The flint we'll actually keep this time. For now, at least. Yeah, as you can see, there's that little step right there you can go on up through. So we're actually going to hop right down here slowly. I don't want to fight that Kentro if I don't have to. So if it stays down there, that's better. It is only level 55, so I could take it easy. Especially with my shotgun, I'll just hop off and blast it. But collecting all this crystal would be fantastic too. Yeah, dude, this is definitely the best spot for resources. No question. Even got rare mushrooms out of that. How are we looking for weight? I was just in there. In the wrong weight. 1,000. Okay, let's get to like close to 2K, and then we'll go back up and deposit. Are you going to lock onto me? Are you going to try to box? Or are you going to leave me be? Nope, you're going to leave me be. Perfect. So let's go in this cave. I'm only hoping we can get back up. Can we get back up this way? Is it possible? Let's see. Let's go down. Let's walk back up. We can. Perfect. Okay. Nice. Let's clear all this crystal out. Does he get a weight reduction on crystal, though? Yeah, actually, kind of. He gets... It only weighs 75% to him. I might have it later in my inventory, so if anything, I'll take the stack and put it in my inventory and see. Alright, he's got a full stack. He gets down to 250. I get it to 175. So yeah, we'll take that. Does he get that down? I get that lighter in my inventory, so that's what we'll do. When we get things that are super heavy in his inventory, we'll load them into mine, just so they're a little bit lighter for him. And it gives us more weight to move, which is perfect. So let's keep farming up all this crystal here. Because we might as well. Like, this is the most abundant. I'm actually half tempted just to put Astraeos in my cluster. Just for all these resources. Because this is insane. Dude, this is insane. What is this? I'm heavy again, but he's not. So that's good. Let's finish off this crystal stack really quickly. I think that should be enough right there. Yep, perfect. Finish that off. Put that in my inventory. He's at about 1,800. Let's wrap this up and come back up this way. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on doing too much in this video other than just showing you guys the grinder, showing you guys this beautiful location. Just crush that rock to get through it if that's in your way. And you could just progress on through. Like, this is insane how many resources you can get here. And if you really wanted to, you could just farm the whole mountain in, like, no time. We've been here collectively. The video's been recording for 31 minutes as of this point, and we've gotten an absolute ton of resources. Now we just gotta load this up and then go back to base and see if the linked storage is actually shared. Because if it is, then this is perfect. This is the most insane thing if this actually does work the way it's supposed to. It's Arc, there's no reason why I'm not holding out on it working the proper way the first time. I don't know what is going on with the frames right there. Like, it feels like we're getting a huge amount of lag, but then it clears itself out. I don't know what's going on, but it's insane is what I meant to say there. I had like a hard time trying to English for a bit. We're going to store all this back in you, just so I can move for a second. Let me back up, hop off you, hop down to your nose, right here, and go like this, and pull everything out of you that I can carry, which is everything apparently. Access linked inventory. Store absolutely everything back in here. Oh, not my trank arrows. Yeah, so we're at 32 and we're not even close to filling this thing up yet. There's how much weight in there? Did that just say 3,200 pounds? Did that just say? Okay, so yeah, there's only... You could put a battery in here to run this thing, like the charge batteries that could run these. But I don't recommend using that unless if you're absolutely only using it in like a public server where you're going to place it down for a minute and then pick it right back up. That'd be the only way to do it. But let's pick this guy up and let's fly on back to base and let's test it. Let's see if that actually worked. Which it should have, but I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, it's supposed to work that way, but like if you guys look down here, there's still a ton more crystal we have. Like there was a bunch we didn't even touch. Right there is a bunch more metal. Like this mountain is absolutely fantastic. But alright, and the good thing is, I mean, realistically, is our base is only right there, so it's not super far for us to go in terms of flight distance, so we're like right in the middle of everything. But it is what it is. I will... I was going to cut it and say I'll bring you guys right back when we get here, but I don't really see a point in cutting when we're this close. I'm trying to look around to see if there's anything else we need to cover really quickly before I go back to base. Honestly, grinders, like I was talking about earlier, if you're going to use an industrial grinder, get every drop you can. Get every drop you can, take every saddle you can, just grind them up. If you're not going to use them, just grind them up. Easily, you're going to get a ton of resources. Extra resources you can use. There's no reason not to. Literally now I've just uploaded this video, I'm going to be when it's done, and the video prior have been back-to-back resource locations. I showed in the last video a place to get an insane amount of obsidian. And now in this one, I've shown an insane amount to get of all of the other resources, which this spot really got a good amount of obsidian too. The other spot probably has more. So realistically, there's 2 giant spots you guys could go to and get a ton of obsidian from. But let's see. The only thing I'm a little worried about is not being able to move everything. So let's find out. Let's land here. Hop off. Okay, link storage. Let's see it. Nope, it's all there. Every bit of storage we have is right here. So let's see something now. I don't know how well this is going to work. Click this. Transfer. It's not going to let me do it. Because technically it's not in its inventory. Okay, let me see if I can pull it. Nope. See, that is the only excuse me, that is the only issue I'm seeing a little bit with this. is you can't pull or transfer the stuff from it or pull it necessarily. So that kind of does suck a wee bit. But luckily, we're just going to transfer all the metal that way and just start smelting it down. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5,600 metal from that. That was a really solid run. We got a ton of crystal. Can I just transfer all this to me? We can. Okay, so what we're going to do then is this. We're just going to yeet it halfway across the room. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Oh, yeah, we'll do it this way instead. I was going to say I'll just, like, bag it and then throw it across the room with, like, the thingy, with the B+ item, but there's really no point in me doing all that when I could just do this, because it's going to make it that much lighter on my inventory. There we go. Alright, perfect. So we just got a ton of resources for doing absolutely almost nothing. Just going to a spot, farming it a little bit. We just got, like, what, 6,000 stone from that? Yeah, like, we're loaded on resources now. We have no need for anything. I'm going to take this extra metal. I don't know why that's sitting in there. We'll throw this in here and grind this up, too, or smelt that up, too. Let's throw these in here, because where mushrooms are actually useful for some things. Let's see what else we got. More obsidian, and like, this is nuts. We got 4,000 obsidian in here. Like, 4 grand in terms of obsidian that is just laying around. Whoops, I just pooped out a bubble. Alright, can I access that? I can, perfect. Put that crystal in there, 4,000 more obsidian. We'll drink that just because. So we ended up now having almost 6,000 crystal. Over 4K cementing paste from today, a bunch of chitin that I'm going to turn into cementing paste, a absolute boatload of obsidian. We've got almost 10,000 obsidian, 4,000 oil. That's not all from today. That's from me killing the bassies off the screen as well. A bunch of silica pearls, a bunch of spark powder, a bunch of stone. Easily, one of these past 2 videos have been insane in terms of resource gathering and using the industrial grinder on the 2nd floor. But thank you guys for watching. I'm staring off into the distance again. This is going to be kind of a little shorter video because tomorrow being the Power Rangers day, I kind of really wanted to focus today on priming up for that. I mean, it's still almost 40 minutes. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys back here for more Ark Survival Ascended next time. See you guys then.